Okay, we have returned. Hello, hi. How are you still awake? Wow, you are not tired? Did you take a small nap? What is happening? You're not dead yet? Alright, so we are back. You can't sleep. Oh no. How come? What's happening? No, no, no. I wouldn't want you to die. How dare you? You're Awito. You must live forever. Okay. Where were we? The straps. Yeah, make sure you had been drinking before this started, Joyce. Yes, I did. I drank some water. I'm full of water right now. I can't drink anymore or I'll explode like a balloon. Can't drink that much water either. As you can see, pinning these backpacks is a lot of work. Yeah, a lot of detail. But we do it for the Krieg! The Krieg. Mm-hmm. Indeed, indeed, indeed. The Krieg. Does Krieg have a dream when they sleep? Oh my god, what a question. You know what? I think that's a fair question considering how dark like their lives are, like how little hopes and regards they have for themselves. But I don't know. It's a good question. Don't forget, at the end of the day, they're still regular humans. It's just they're very zealous and they're very committed. So I'd have to guess that they do dream. And if they dream, it's probably about like their emperor, you know, like their god emperor. But also, if you think about it in a more like scientific method, I'd have to assume that they're so exhausted from like all the warring that they do and stuff that they don't have time to rest. Just like how me, and I'm like a heavy sleeper, like because I'm so exhausted and my body essentially takes advantage of the fact that I lay down to rest. It basically, my body says, all right, this is perfect timing to like forcefully shut you down and rest as much as possible. I feel like that's what they do. They don't really dream. And I'm pretty sure like in like off war periods, like when they're not fighting, I like to think that they're still heavy sleepers. They don't really dream much. But if they do dream, I'd like to think that they maybe have like angelic kind of like appearances like from martyred like sisters of battle or something like that. Maybe like really scary monsters appear to them and they fight them because they're not afraid of these things. So in this universe, yeah, basically that's what happens to me. It's like you close your eyes and then you wake up and it's daytime. Like that's what happens to me. I don't really dream. And I have a feeling that's what they do. Like they're just they're too exhausted, too tired to really dream. But if they do, like I said, I think they dream about like holy things because that's like their whole thing. Like they like being clean in a way, spiritually. So one other thing I was trying to say, typically in the Warhammer 40k universe, demons exist. But we know that they exist, but the general people do not. It's like us today, like we can assume they exist, but we've never really seen a demon. You know what I mean? Like we never seen one. We don't know if they're really real. Well, in the 40k universe, they're very real, and people still don't know it. Krieg, since they are one of the Empire's favorite armies now, they call the Krieg to do a lot of the dirty work. The Krieg are basically like, they're like guards, they're like knights. They're sent to go do and protect things for the king. And they get to see demons very often. Like, they fight a lot of very scary things, like insanely scary. And because they have so much faith that they're gonna have an afterlife because their God promises them, and because they're committed to being forgiven, I'm pretty sure that they probably fight demons in their sleep. Quite literally. I think if that's anything they dream about, it's either that or like sisters of battle, like saints, which are like basically angels. Probably dream about that stuff. Because in Warhammer 40k, there's basically a religion. So a little bit of a context. We have spoken about the Emperor, but who is the Emperor exactly? He's a regular human being with a lot of magic abilities. Think of it that way. He's so powerful in terms of magic that he can be perceived as a god, but he really is not a god. At least once upon a time he was not a god, but he's grown so powerful that he almost acts like a god, if that makes sense. It's so much power that he may seem like one. So a lot of people, like humans who have no power, like we do, we don't have any magic powers in real life. We see that and we're like, oh my gosh, like he's super powerful. He's almost a god. That people started to pray to him like a god, and he didn't like this. The Emperor did not really like this, and he started to basically tell people adamantly, like, I'm not a god, don't worship me. And people were like, wow, he's so humble. Have you seen the movie Dune? They kind of do that thing where it's like the guy admits he's not a god, he's not a messiah, but people are like, oh my gosh, like, look at how humble he is. He must really be a god, but he doesn't even want to take the mantle of like godhood. And he's like, oh my gosh, like that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, I genuinely don't think I'm a god. But the Emperor has the same kind of moment where he's like, don't pray to me, I'm not a god, I'm just a human with a lot of magic power. But funny enough, the Emperor over time, and he's a perpetual, by the way. I want to preface, a perpetual is basically someone who has eternal life. He can live forever. So it doesn't help his case that he can live forever. He has a lot of power, and that makes him look like a god. Like, he can live forever. That's crazy. And he, over time, because he lives forever, he basically makes super soldiers and stuff called Space Marines. You probably heard of them in Hammer 40k, and those Space Marines are his soldiers. Those are his private soldiers, and they're not really human anymore. They're so augmented. They're basically super cyborgs. They're like part machine and part human, but they're mostly machine at this point. They're not really human. The Krieg are fully human. They have no augmentations that make them different from humans. They have like robotic parts. Like let me give you an example. Where is he? This guy right here. He has a robot arm. You can see right there. And only him out of all of these guys, right? All of the guys I have, it's just him. So like having cyborg parts is not common. It's more like if you're an important person, they'll give you one because you are important. But the Emperor basically makes super soldiers that are all cyborg. Think of it that way. They're augmented. I would use different words, but considering your English is a little like limited, I don't want to make it all detailed because it might just confuse you. But all you have to know is that the Emperor makes super cyborgs, superhumans, and they are loyal to him. And he conquers planets. So the Emperor comes from Earth. Keep in mind, Earth is just a name at this point. Earth is already destroyed. Think of it that way. However, it's destroyed, but they turn Earth into a giant castle. Earth becomes one giant castle, literally. And the Emperor has his armies there. He has his armies and he has his Primarchs. The Primarchs are the people like Magnus the Red. Magnus, remember the one I painted? Well, before he turned evil, he used to live on this giant castle on Earth, which is his home, which is all of Earth. So, the Emperor has his home over thousands and thousands of years. Humanity basically turns Earth into a giant castle, and the Emperor lives in it. It's his home now. And he's the Emperor because he uses these super soldiers called the Space Marines to conquer planets. And they start traveling the universe and they start conquering other planets. That's how they met the Krieg. And the Krieg, obviously, this takes place later. So Krieg is already a conquered planet. Krieg is already owned by the Imperium. The Imperium being the Emperor's domain, his property. So the Krieg are already conquered. Think of it that way. And because they had to pay taxes, that's why the whole Civil War happened. Remember the story I told you about the Krieg? That happened because they basically got upset that they had to pay money to Earth, and Earth is nothing. Like, it's just a place. Like, why do we have to give our money to you guys? Like, why are you important? And obviously the answer is because I'm the king and that's what I say, but they don't like that answer. They don't like the answer that they have to pay money to someone so far away. Because Krieg is in another galaxy. Think of it that way. Like, they're in a whole different solar system. Sorry, not galaxy. Solar system. They're in a whole different solar system, and they don't like that. They're like, yeah, we're paying money to someone we don't really even know. And they got upset. That's why Krieg decided to turn against the Empire. But, you know, I already told that story, but the idea is that the Emperor, because he's so magical, people assume he is a god and he's watching over everyone. Eventually, with all the magic that the Emperor has, he travels and he uses that magic to look into the warp. The warp is basically a second dimension. I mentioned it a little bit vaguely, but the warp is essentially where chaos gods live. Evil gods, demon gods, the evilest of evil. Literally, you can think of any evil demon, they live there. The warp is a second dimension to Earth. They exist side by side, but they don't bleed into each other. However, all the magic abilities and powers that exist in our universe come from the warp. And the warp isn't to say necessarily an evil thing. It's just, it happens to be that chaos is one of the defining factors of the warp. They live there, basically. So the warp and all the magic abilities that we have are because you are siphoning, or you're basically pulling magic from the warp. Magic comes from this second dimension where it exists. That's why very few people have it. Only a few people are gifted with the ability to use the magic from the other side. The Emperor was one of those. He was basically lucky that he was so strong that he can pull so much power from there. And this power was so much power that it made him look like a god. That it gave him eternal life. And people were like, well, that's kind of crazy. No one can do that. You're our emperor now. You have ultimate power. Well, over time, the emperor kept practicing. He kept getting better at what he did. And he essentially was able to psychically send himself into the warp. He was able to teleport to the warp. He was able to use so much magic power that he traveled there. No other human can do that. And he basically met with the gods, the chaos gods. He met with them, and it is said that he made a deal to become even more powerful. But the idea is, if you read the books, the Emperor stole the power of the gods. That now he is a god. He went from human to god. He quite literally became one. And that didn't help out his case anymore, because he once used to say he wasn't a god, and he truly believes he's just human, but that's not true any longer. He stole power because he wanted to have power to conquer and to bring peace to humanity. And he became a god in that process. Yeah, he basically made a deal with the devil, except the devil was 4 different gods. There's 4 devils. Think of it that way. So now humanity basically prays to the Emperor as God. The Emperor is the god in this universe of humanity. He's the human god. In different words, you can call him whatever you want, but he's just human god. And he basically protects all of humanity, his people. That's his domain. That's his power. That is why the Krieg pray to the Emperor. And the whole Krieg way, everything that Krieg does is for the Empire. And because they're so committed to the Emperor as our god, they're very religious about it. And the reason I say the story is because, like, well, first off, it's just something to talk about, but it defines what the Krieg do. The Krieg are so loyal that they sacrifice their own lives, and their whole existence, the reason to live, is just to appease God, which is the Emperor. They're very religious. Hey, Andrew. What is up, my man? Getting a little bit onto some Krieg and Warhammer lore. Teaching my friend here. But the Emperor became such a powerful entity that he essentially, like, made holy, like, miracles. Like, his power became anti-demon. He's a shining light in the dark. Not the best person ever. Andrew says, I've been mostly doing transfers and playing some games. Heck yeah, dude. I'm still here working on my Krieg, getting ready for the campaign. Getting ready for having a Krieg army fully painted, because that's my end goal. Well, so the Krieg are just really faithful and loyal soldiers, but they're not augmented, they're regular human. They are the prime example of being fiercely loyal without question. And that can sometimes mean doing evil things, even though it's not what you want. But the sad thing about Krieg is because they live such a dark life, because their history is so clouded with evil things that have happened to them, they don't question these things. To them, this is like, if God told me to do it, I'm gonna do it, even if it's evil. All right, Andrew, peace out. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by. So the Krieg, albeit they are good guys for humans, they're not good guys, if that makes sense. Because they don't have their own opinion. They kind of just do what they're told. So now that you know that, you have to wonder, what the heck are they dreaming about? If they're like, they're humans, they're not augmented, but they act like machines. Kriegsmen act like machines. They still have personalities, but very, like, bland and boring. a normal human would think they were robots. So when you think of it that way, you wonder what the heck are they dreaming about? Like, I imagine it's not a lot. I imagine they dream about beating demons and like prayer and maybe like holy images of God, their emperor. Probably dream about that. Now, another correlating faction. So the Krieg are, you could say, the normal human men, the normal human typical man that was totally devoted to the emperor and was willing to do anything. The opposite side, which is the same characteristic, are called the Sisters of Battle. They are half augmented, female only faction. They are not as augmented as I said, but they do have a lot of faith. They are basically the same as the Krieg, the exact same. And funny enough, the Krieg and the Sisters of Battle, which is another faction, as I said again, the Sisters of Battle, they get along really well because the Sisters of Battle are super religious for the Emperor. So much so that their faith in the Emperor actually manifests miracles. Like literally miracles, like things that you would not imagine would happen. And that's why I imagine Kriegsmen probably have like dreams about sisters having miracles. So much so that some of the sisters come back to life as angels, literally with wings. I'm pretty sure the Kriegsmen have nice dreams about those ladies. I think anyone does, but you get the idea. Because everyone does. The Krieg are no different. They're still human. Yeah, if you get a chance, look up Sisters of Battle 40k. Also, Alita, you're saying that, yeah, I mean, what if Krieg have a new dream that they don't know about? Like, that's a sign for them. Yeah, probably. They probably might even think of that. They're like, that's different. Oh gosh, like, what does that mean? Like, to them, dreams are probably going to be like messages from God. Yeah, 40k has so much lore. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the reasons I like to keep painting. Because like when I'm painting and I'm thinking about these stories, it makes me more excited, you know? It makes me so excited to continue doing these things. It's just fun. I'm not sure if where you're from they teach world history, but over here, do you know what like most of like what World War One was? I'm kind of curious. Imagine having a dream about being painted by someone else. That's kind of scary. Ooh, World War. Do you know what World War One is? World War. Did they teach you like world history? Like about what the world? Like, do you know what World War One is? World War Two? I'm imagining maybe not, because it's two real life wars. It's real life history that like the United States was involved in, and they taught us that in school. But it was a war where so many countries got involved that they called it World War, because almost everyone in the world got affected by it in one way or another. Like a world, like a war, pew pew. Yeah, if you ever have a chance, I recommend you look into it, because not because it's a cool thing. I think it's really sad. Like real life war is really tragic. It's not good at all. A lot of lives are lost and such and such. But the aesthetic is one of my favorites. Like, that's why I say it that way. Like, I don't condone war. I don't support it, sorry. I condone it. But it's a reality, right? Like, it's a real thing that can happen, and it's unfortunate. But the aesthetic of the Krieg is World War One. So if you look up World War One, you'll see what I mean. Like all the tools and the weapons that they used looks a lot like that. And well, they fight in the same manner. So when you think of Krieg, you can think World War One and all the stuff that they have on there. Because Krieg basically take World War One and they take it into space. And they fight other wars with it, like in that same manner. Trenches, water, mud, artillery, giant cannons. Yeah, like it's really, really scary. It's a very scary. In real life, it was a very scary war. It was horrible. Millions of people died on those wars, and the Krieg do that like basically every year, forever. They don't get to rest. Literally, like after they finish one war on a different planet, like, when they finish a war, they're sent to another one right away, because they're that popular. Like the emperor basically the empire loves them so much that they send them right away. And the Krieg are basically like, well, if that's what my god asks of me, I'm going. Like there's no resting for me. I'll go to the next one because I'm needed. The Krieg are so fiercely loyal. Most typical armies, the regiments is what they call them in 40k. Other groups like the Cadians, they have like off season. They have like vacations after war, basically. Krieg don't. The Krieg do not get vacations. While the enemies of man still breathe, I do not rest. Oh, you gotta rest all week. It must be. The sun must be up already, huh? From dream to telling a story. Extraordinary. Well, I kind of just had to think about it. I was like, you know what? Like, I should probably explain why. It makes an interesting conversation, too. I hope you like the Krieg after these stories, because, like, they're so famous, these characters. And, yeah, like, it's dark and sad, but there's, like, something cool about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to like something that is just so weird. Because there is nothing normal about Krieg. They are weirdos. Let's be honest. They're weirdos for liking war. Like, no one likes war. It's terrible. But these guys are like, yeah, I do it because, because my God said so. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, that's crazy, but it's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? That's why it's just a fantasy. It's not real. And I love the Krieg since you picked that, because you say all of the Warhammer race have a dark side, and you choose this because something behind it. So yeah, I like it. Ooh, I can't wait till we work on the Tyranids. I think you're gonna get a kick out of those too. My Tyranids are evil. They're like, they're aliens. They're quite literally aliens. If you know the movie Aliens, you know the xenomorphs? It's an army of that, basically. An army of xenomorphs in Warhammer 40k. And they're so scary. They are super duper scary. And I have one of those armies, and I would like to talk about those when the time comes. I don't want to dump all my information in just one video. Right, like, alien races exist in this universe. Like classic aliens. Except these aliens are just a little, like, synopsis of what these Tyranids are. The Tyranids are basically, like, super hungry alien predators. They're like animals. They're not even human looking. They're super gross looking. Make me the favor and look up Tyranids. Warhammer 40k Tyranids, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't sneeze. I hiccuped for a bit. Oh, I didn't even notice. Maybe I did, and they kind of just went over my head. It's so normal for me to kind of just make these noises. You reminded me when you said hiccup. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. How to Train Your Dragon. It's so good. The music, the art style, the story. Oh, so good. Yep. That's from Avatar: The Last Airbender. What do you mean, yip? That's for Appa when they tell him to fly. Yeah. Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. I love him so much. He's so cute. Been a long time. Mm-mm-mm. Need a fresh batch of brown. I'm not sure if I had said it before on stream, but I'm in such a massive mood for like zombies. Like, I don't know how to describe and why this is happening to me, but I'm in such a mood of like zombie movies as of lately. I've seen so many movies. I want to see new movies. There's this movie called 28 Days Later that I heard was a great zombie movie watch, and I really want to watch it. The problem is it lost its license, like the rights to of ownership for the movie, that it's kind of like existing in an empty space. No one owns it, so no one can really sell it. But you can't really watch the movie or buy the movie online. If you find it in a store, you're like insanely lucky to find it because it's such a popular movie apparently. And because no one sells it, it's a little difficult, you know? But I want to watch that movie really bad. 28 days later. I like myself zombie movies. I think they're cool. I know a lot of people kind of got tired of zombies for a while. There was like a zombie craze, like back in the old days. People liked them a lot, and they overdid it. And I agree they overdid it. So nowadays it's not so common to have zombie movies so constantly, but I kind of miss it. I kind of miss the zombie movies. I gotta admit, so far one of my ultimate favorite scenes for a zombie movie is a specific scene from Dawn of the Dead where they drive a bus into a crowd of zombies. There's so many that they get stuck in it. Like, that scene in particular is so cool. I don't know, it just, if I had to say this is what zombie movies feel like, if I had to put a picture, show someone like what is a zombie movie to you, I put that one. That scene goes so hard. It's so cool. When you get a chance, also look up Dawn of the Dead bus scene. Like the scene for the bus. The part with the bus. And I'm pretty sure it's like the number one thing that's gonna come out. That part is so cool. And the idea is like they're trying to escape from this like mall that they're stuck in. And they wanna leave somewhere safer than the mall because the mall is not safe. They decide to leave and they basically make an armored bus and they run it into the crowd hoping that they would like pass by all the zombies, but there's so many that they get stuck. And it's like, ooh, so scary but so cool. Yeah, zombie movies are awesome. I love zombies. I like Dead Space. You could say they're a form of zombies. I like The Last of Us, which is the music we're playing, which is like zombie but fungus. Yeah, I like Project Zomboid. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm realizing how much of a zombie fan I am. I really do like zombies. Funny enough, one of my armies for Warhammer 40k is basically zombies, like evil zombies. You know, I kind of just clicked. Like, I really like my zombies. Oh my gosh. You know, like when you barely realize that, I'm having that moment where I'm like, dang, I really like zombies. Yeah, you don't know what a mall is? Like a plaza, like with a bunch of stores and stuff. A plaza. That Space is like one of my ultimate favorite like zombie video games. Sci-fi horror. Oh my gosh. I love Dead Space so much. When they made the remake for the first one, oh, I was over the moon about it. Once I get my 3D printer going, I'm definitely gonna print out a Dead Space bus to put in my room, like a little like collectible figure. Yeah, I know them all. It makes you survive because they have many things that are but a little bit risk. Yeah, there's like a risk because you know it's like so wide and so big, but it has almost like everything you need. Yeah, Dead Space. It's a video game. It's a really good video game. Might not seem that way, but I'm a huge fan of like horror. I really like spooky stuff, like Dead Space, like zombies. Warhammer 40K. You could consider as like a fantasy horror because of all the stuff that happens in Warhammer. Like it's not a very happy place. The horrors of war kind of thing. Like I'm a huge fan of horror. I'm surprised you're not tired of it though. It's insane. But hey, if you can't sleep, have at it, my dude. You can totally hang out with me. I am not complaining because you're giving me company. Not ghosts. I don't know. Ghost stories are kind of like they're cool. Don't get me wrong. But I think I like the more tangible, like monster kind of horror. If that makes sense. Because I feel like ghosts, you can only do so much with them, and they're so limited to like the things they do. Yeah, there's like those cult horrors that are really interesting, but they're okay. I like sci-fi horror mostly. I like Halo horror, for example, like the Flood, that like end of the universe kind of thing. For example, I also like Cthulhu, like a lot of the Cthulhu kind of vibes, like that kind of cult horror. I totally enjoy. Like Mind Flayers, you know, Cthulhu, those are pretty cool. But mostly like on the zombie, like kind of spectrum, like undead, like apocalyptic kind of horror. I like that a lot. Oh, you reminded me of Project Zomboid. Oh my goodness. I wanna play that so bad. mini game things. You're speechless with how much information I overloaded. From Krieg, zombies, from video games that I like to play. Yes, indeed. I'm overloading you right now, I bet. Looking forward to seeing you play that. Yeah, love to. You know, that's another thing I've considered. Like, I do enjoy my gaming time, right? And if I'm gonna play games like that, I would love to share that with like the people I care about. And why not like stream it as well? You know what I mean? I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that I might stream my stuff there too. That way I'm more consistently online and active so that people can, you know, they can also see what the hobby is. Because that's one of my biggest things too. It's about kind of letting people know, like, hey, you know, there's this other thing you can do. This is what I like to do as well. ¿Quieres? Question mark. Like, if I manage to get you to want to look up 40K or to even start painting like I do, mission successful. Overloading is like another way of saying like overwhelmed. Like so much information. Overload. Like smoking brain. As you like to say, smoking brain. It's also funny because like another of the factions that I like about Warhammer is also like the Tomb Kings, which are like undead. Also the Necrons, which are also not living, but they're machines. They're like half undead. But they definitely have a very zombie-like robot army kind of aesthetic. There you go. More zombies. Brains. What else? I used to play a freaking ton. A ton of Black Ops zombies. Call of Duty. Call of Duty Zombies experience was so cool. Funny enough, not necessarily because of Call of Duty Zombies, but this year for Halloween, I was planning to dress up as an astronaut zombie. Like, and some people were like, oh, like the ones from like Call of Duty, you know, the zombie map Moon. I was like, honestly, not necessarily that was the inspiration, but you could say yes. Why not? That's kind of the aesthetic I was going for, but not precisely from the game. You don't have stuff for painting? It's not so hard to get started. You'd be surprised. I think it's the commitment and the time that gets most people to not want to do it, which I understand. If you see me work on this stuff, you understand. Like, this takes so long to get done. And some people just don't have the patience. I never really dove too deep into Resident Evil. I don't know too much about it. I just know that it went from like a cool zombie movie to like its own thing. Like, it is not even a zombie movie. Like, it's not even about zombies almost. I had the impression it was supposed to be a zombies kind of like series, but that ended like really quick. So it kind of lost my interest when I was a kid, but I don't mind diving into it to learn about it, if that makes sense. I'll definitely give it a try. I love your passion. You're amazing. Don't forget. Oh, thank you very much. You're so sweet. You're so kind. You're also an amazing person, Awito. Don't forget that too. So supportive. So attentive. Since you've ever been the first time in one of my streams, you've been in almost every single one of them. And the ones that you haven't was because I was deciding to kind of stream on an off time that you were not available. You've been here every single video almost, and that is impressive. I am ever so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You make this experience so much better. And that goes for anyone who joins and chats with me. Really appreciate. Like I say, since I first hear, I say I'm just sitting on a boring person and looking at you painting stuff. Like, just, whoa, that's cool. Krieg! Hello, Mr. Silver. That's right, the Krieg! We are on the same journey, my friend. It's midnight and make my brain want to deep talk for a bit. It is Silver. I think of Silver from Treasure Planet, you know, the pirate dude. And I like to think that's him, because I've seen Silver's channel. Pretty nice stuff. You low-key remind me of the character Silver from Treasure Planet. Super cool. I'm waiting to get the new refresh at the first of the year. Oh, I'm on the same boat, my friend. I am just getting ready so that way, when it does arrive, I can work on them immediately. And I want to have this. The stuff I have already ready to go. That I don't have a great army when it does release. I want it painted ASAP. This army has been in the DreamWorks for so long that it was time I got it done. And considering this is for one-page rules, I have so many things that I can work on before the new release comes out. So that's why I said, you know what, I'm gonna be proactive and I'm just gonna start painting what I got. Start painting other units that exist that are probably not gonna get refreshed immediately. At least I like going by the rumors that exist already, you know? So like, they say that it's gonna be Death Riders, at least Valrak. I like to go by what he says because he has sources that constantly are right. Even though he says it's not true until it comes out, which is true, but it's safe to say like 80% of the time it's true. I want to get 3 of the boxes sets, but I don't need 3 codexes. You know what? You'd be surprised. I think the sooner you get the box and the sooner you put it up on the internet to sell, people will pick it up because it's probably going to be locked behind the box. You know what I mean? Also, like, sell it up locally if you have like a local player base, and just be like, yeah, look, I bought these sets. I know there's like some Astra Militarum people in here. Because the cool thing is it's not just Krieg centric, it's the Astra Militarum with a Krieg theme release. So other Astra Militarum players can pick up the codex. You can sell it on a discount just to get rid of it, you know? Oh shoot. Get some of your money back. Some of it's worth back. At least that's what I'm thinking, and you're kind of right. Like, I'm so tempted to pick up 3 boxes, but it really depends on what they showcase for it. It really depends, because I'm also like ready to just drop money for this Krieg thing. I've been anticipating this release for so long. As I was telling my friend Juan, I've been expecting the Krieg since the beginning of 3rd edition. Like, the rumors started way back when, and I said, yeah, I'm in. I'm doing this. Krieg is happening. And it's so surreal that like I'm working on them right now as we speak. So there's a pregame, you know, like same how you're still working on yours, Silver. Like, preach, brother, preach. Get it done. Do it. The hobbying can start now. It does not have to wait till the release. Do it for Krieg! So like my concern is also going to be like, if I were to also get 3 boxes, just for say, I get 3 boxes of the Krieg set, it's going to be 3 codexes, which I would keep one of, just to keep, because I like the art, and especially with like Krieg being a centric part of it, I'm hoping it might have a little more oomph to it for it. So that's 2 of the sets I would get rid of, and also I don't know how many command squads can you run. Is it worth keeping 3 of command squads? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe use the command squad as a like convert it into like some sort of commissar variant, if that makes sense. I'm super on the fence on it. Also, from what I understood, GW only lets you pick up 2 box set groups. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it as well. I'm assuming just make a secondary account that has nothing to do with a correlated account, and maybe another card. I really don't understand. Let's go, both of you. Silver says, yeah, I have a few troops left and I'm getting the other artillery in November. Nice, my dude. Super exciting. I'm so stoked. Right now, I'm like inching towards buying some termite drills for my army right now. I really want to deep strike my infantry really badly. I think it's very Krieg like to come from underneath. And like especially if like grenadiers are going to be a thing, grenadiers and termites are going to be a great combo. Just come from underneath and just shotgun people as close as you can, because you're going to be awfully close to begin with. I'm purchasing one from GW and two from my friendly local game store. Interesting. I was thinking maybe I was gonna do that. Probably go to like my local game store and pick one up from there. I also want to add like pre-existing units like the Baneblade. So we get the Mole Mortar. Yeah, dude, the Engineers, the Grenadiers. We need a command squad. Some weapon teams that are Krieg themed. Supposedly we're getting a new unit that is Krieg specific, which is like a massive artillery piece. Which, ooh boy. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Pray for both of you. The Krieg way. Yeah, I pray for my wallet too. I'm gonna cry. That's like easily $900 right there. Oh god gracious. And I say easily, like with tax and everything, yeah, it's probably gonna be very expensive, but I'm very serious about this. Yeah, flying money. My money's just gonna fly out. Just, Krieg. Krieg. I mean, it's also more excuses to paint on here. More Krieg stuff. Krieg forever. I'm just going to get a photocopier and print my own money. Oh gosh, no, don't do that. As much as that is tempting, you will be found. It's just weird to me, like how these things are found. It's kind of just spooky. The fact that we're talking about it is like probably already getting like suspicious eyes on us, which is terrible. It's just like, no, we're not gonna do that. It's just a joke. Please, local friendly FBI agent. It was just a joke. Local friendly FBI agent. He's watching us also paint our Krieg. He's having a fun time. He's also like, yeah, Krieg! Let's go! Number one! Krieg number one. Krieg always number one. I just want to say like, whoa, so cool. So cool. So fly, so cool. Mon ami, mon ami. I gotta start getting some popsicle sticks also, hitting them up and getting them ready for the trench themed bases. Print up some sandbags. Souffle mon ami. No, it's just, I don't know, I'm making noises. It's not even a word. Not that I know of. Explain that to me, please. No. No, it's not a word. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Messing around. Hello. Hello. Alex. Alex. Axel. Alex. It says backwards, no? Your name? Axel. Axel. Alex. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. So much Krieg. Hello. I need my computer gaming time also. I have not played my games. I want to play my games. Please. Please. Axel, we need to play. We need to play Project Zomboid. I want to play. I need to kill zombie. I'm in such a mood for Project Zomboid. Watch the movies. You know, doing some like Sunday night or something. I don't know what day it would be. Probably on my consistent days off, but like doing a movie night would be pretty cool. Pepper won't join chat and stuff, and on my Discord we can host a movie night. Okay, I'm out. Need to fix food. I starve. Okay, my friend. We will catch you later. enjoy. Let's play. You're tired of playing League of Legends? Yeah, dude. Let's get together. Let's get all our homies. And I'll start up a Project Zomboid, dude. I'm in such a mood of zombies. Like, I've been watching a bunch of zombie movies and they're super cool. I was just talking about it earlier. I was like, oh, let's, you know, like I'm watching Dawn of the Dead. I'm watching a lot of Dead Space. Right now there's a series that is about like zombies and vampires called The Strain. The Last of Us. Ooh, like I'm ready for zombies. I'm ready. And then like Project Zomboid is like, in my opinion, one of the best zombie feeling games out there. And like when you can play with the group and stuff, like, oh my gosh. I gotta stream it. I really gotta stream it. You have the day off today? Oh man, I don't. I have work at 4, so by 3:30 I have to leave. And I'd say about 3 o'clock I'm stopping the stream so that I can get ready. Anymore, dude. I don't even have a computer. So even if I wanted to play, I mean, Project Zomboid's not that intensive, I guess. But I'd rather wait till my new computer arrives, which is tomorrow. Like the last of the pieces to build it. It's gonna be tomorrow. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm super excited. My new PC is gonna be finally finished. I'm just missing the GPU. My GPU is coming from all the way in New York. All the way over here. Really far away. Let's go. A friend of mine and me were trying to build my tower, and that my tower was a gift from a friend of mine. His name is Esteban, the guy with the storm surge commission. He had given me an expensive gift, in the form of this tower that I got, the computer tower. And the tower is so heavy, it is so thick, it is so big. And he originally was going to use it, but he had another one which is the exact same duplicate, except it just had a Gundam image in the front because he's stupid. He got the same exact one for himself, and he's like, I don't want this old one, and selling it online was going to be such a pain that he'd rather give it as a gift to me. I was like, cool, thanks. Well, it is such a headache to try to build inside of it. And the idiot of my friend had tried to do water cooling or liquid cooling for his computer. Albeit liquid cooling is amazing for keeping your computer cool, as it says. It can make a mess if it ever leaks. And my friend didn't tell me that inside the radiator for the computer, still had a lot of the liquid. So when we turned it over to work on the inside of the computer, all this red liquid cooling that he dyed red, so it was easier for him to spot. He had dyed it red. My computer looked like it was bleeding blood, like a freaking scary movie. Like my computer had like a dead person inside it or something. I was like, oh my god, what is happening? It was so spooky. And then I remembered he had liquid cooled it and dyed it red. But we had a huge mess to clean, my friend and I. Oh my gosh, it was such a pain. But yeah, that's a little story about my computer. Oh boy, you know. Thankfully, nothing got on the hardware. Nothing got on the hardware. So like my computer's fine right now. But like we were so tired that we didn't finish building at all. So right now the cable management in my computer is a nightmare. I have to work on that. And I didn't want to work on it right now because my GPU is coming in tomorrow. So I'd rather kind of just put in the GPU and then manage all the cables once it's all built. No, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't want my computer to bleed. It had coolant in it. My friend put liquid cooling in his computer, but because my tower was his, basically was going to be his original tower, like it was going to be the tower he was going to use, he got a different one because it had a Gundam aesthetic. Like it had a picture of a Gundam on it. So he switched out the computer case for the Gundam one, and he gave me the old one. And this old one had his old radiator, and the radiator is for liquid cooling. So when he gave it to me, it still had that liquid inside, and I didn't know about it, and he didn't remind me. So when I turned it over, all of it came out and made a huge mess. And it was red. It was colored red because he wanted it to be red. That's one of his favorite colors. It wasn't because of blood thing. He just wanted red. Why do you use a sponge? Oh, the sponge is so that the water... Okay, so on top of this sponge right here, there's parchment paper. Parchment paper is like a plastic paper where water can go through it. If you fill the sponge and you put the paper on top, it keeps your paints from drying out quicker. So if I put this drop of paint on a little cup like this one, like a little paint cup, that's what this is, it'll dry like in 30 minutes. On here, it'll stay wet for approximately 2 hours. So this helps keep the paint fresh. They call it a wet palette. But yeah, my computer was a nightmare to build. And supposedly it was like massive for the sake of like having like more space to like put your hands inside and work with it, which is true. But you have to consider now that like this thing's huge and it's heavy. It's made out of metal and it has 2 glass panels, which looks really neat. But in terms of convenience, it is so heavy that like if it were to fall on your head, it would probably kill you. Like that's how heavy it is. It's scary. But it has so much space inside it. Cable management's probably going to be like easy. What you doing right now, Axel? You're just vibing. You're not gonna play with your friends more League of Legends? And yes, I am building a computer. No thanks on League of Legends. Freaking League of Legends, that's the dude. I was in the mood of playing some For Honor again, dude. That was so much fun playing it. But it's one of those things where once I start playing again, I remember why I stopped playing. Okay. Oh yeah, that's why I stopped playing this, you know? Especially because it's Ubisoft. Like, oh my gosh, Ubisoft. I like their games, but they are a really bad company. The players, dude, hey. Como el Brandolin, no lives. They already banned him many times because he keeps fighting. Like, how do they ban you for fighting though? Like, because he's toxic or because he's good? I imagine he's so good that people report him for being good. Like, they hate reporting, you know, like when people get mad and they report you just because they're angry. I'm assuming that's what you mean. If they banned me, I would have just stopped playing for sure, because I worked really hard on my account. And just to see it disappear, no thank you. Especially when you put money, I would be mad. From PlayStation. Brandon spends his time fighting on chat. No se sabe callar el Brandon. Dude, fighting online is so pointless. You're not gonna win. They're not gonna win. You guys are both gonna say stupid shit. Look like dumbasses. No, thank you. It's like watching children fight. At best, it's entertaining. They're fighting like keyboard ASMR. Yeah, he's referring to like being toxic online. Like we have a few friends that just like to talk to Mac online. I don't like doing that. I like being nice and respectful. My friends and his friends can sometimes just go on the deep end and say terrible things. Okay. It's already like the next day for you, no, Aretha? Like, it's already like the sun is out and everything, and you still haven't slept? That's crazy, my dude. That's crazy. I can't pull all-nighters. I know, like, some of my friends are like, oh, I don't ever sleep. And I'm just like, oh, that's terrible. Like, I have to sleep. I have to go mimis. I need my mimis. That is too much for me. I need my mimi sleep. It's almost 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sun is out. And you're still here. That's crazy. Oh, you had a little nap? You slept a little bit? That's why you're up so late. Hmm. I need my reference. Alright, I guess I'm going to do a silver. Yes, a reference. This is what a fully painted Kriegsman looks like. Super cool. That's my reference. It reminds me like what's next, you know? The shading parts. Guys, I'm going to play Valorant. If you're going to play something, let me know. Okay? All right, my dude. Have fun with your other game. Your other LOL game. It's the same thing, you know? You'll have the stream out in the background. Okay, that's cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It helps a lot. Oh my god, what? Jeremy, man, what's up? You forgot to drink awa. Drink your awa. You must feel really dry right now. You think you have a cough now? That's big. The last one? The flamer? This is one of those focus modes because If I get the hose paint everywhere, it's gonna stain and I'm gonna have a lot more work to do. Focus. Yes. See. I'm sending the little hearts. I see it. You zoom your screen sometimes. Cool, cool. Some of these spots are so hard to reach. Be careful, but I know you pro at this, I believe. Yeah, I know. But even I get a little scared, like, oh no, I'm gonna be in a spot I don't intend to. It still happens here and there, and it sucks. Oh yeah. why it is the night. Or the morning it is, in your case. Sundays at work for me are terrible nights. I'm gonna be honest. They're probably one of the harder times I have at work. I'm hoping today, let's hope that today at work, it is relaxing. I don't want to deal with bad people. Rude people. They just suck. For some reason, it's always Sundays. Thank you. Me too. I really hope so, because some people. Some people are just extra, you know? Yep, it's just the way people are, you know? That's why I don't stress about it, but it sucks to look forward to that, you know? Like, you know that there's people out there who are just gonna ruin your day at work, and you're like, you know. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at it, because it's like, why are you getting so upset? There's no reason to be this way. Relax. Take a breath. And move on. People treat, sometimes people just treat you like you're a drone or something, you know? That's like, so uncool. Like you're just a robot. Cheers, cheers. Yes, exactly. I'm not stressing, but it's just crazy that some people think that, you know? It's like, relax. Turn on the radio, listen to some nice beats. Listen to it. Don't be such a pickle. Sour pickle. No one likes sour pickles. We like salty and sweet pickles here. If you like pickles to begin with. You like pickles? I like my pickles. Salad. No, pickles. Do you not know what pickles are? I'm gonna assume you don't know what a pickle is. You seem awfully confused about what is a pickle. Tasty pickles. Do Krieg like pickles? I'd assume Kriegsmen are not very picky eaters. They probably eat their standard ration food like it's okay. They're like, I have to because I have to consume. If they didn't have to consume for the sake of the Empire, they wouldn't. Probably would never eat. They're like, other people who need this would rather have this. That's a curious question, honestly. I wonder if they like because they know they're probably gonna die, they probably give their food away. Who knows? Maybe they don't carry much of it. That's a curious question. Maybe there's some Kriegsmen that like to eat. You know, kind of hang around, chill. Like, yeah, I like eating. It's a good taste, good feeling. Maybe they have like preferences. Maybe who knows? Maybe majority of them, since they're like clones and such, maybe they share similar tastes. But like, I don't know why. I like to think that my Kriegsmen like chocolate. They like their chocolate. It's their comfort food. Did someone say pickles? Yeah. So you pickle? That means you make something with the pickles? Yeah, I like my pickles. Pickles are so good. I like to eat them with hamburgers. Pickle with chocolate? No, that's not good. No, I like to imagine my Kriegsmen like their chocolate. I don't know why. I'm just making it up as I go. They like their sweets. If they're gonna be here for a short period of time, they're probably gonna enjoy their little sweet treat. And I don't know why, because it's a World War I aesthetic kind of thing. I imagine like the chocolate was like kind of the same as back in the day. Supposedly it was like the bitterish kind, like dark chocolate, not necessarily milk chocolate. I'm not sure if it was milk actually, but if I remember, I think it was dark chocolate, like the bitter sweet kind. To them back in the day, that was really a sweet thing. For us, because we put so much sugar in so much of our food, we have like milk chocolate now. But I am one of those people who love dark chocolate. I have a sweet tooth. Hence my Krieg will have sweet tooth too. At least my regiment likes chocolate. They're like, do you have shovels and chocolate? Yes? Okay. This is a good day for the Imperium. Our men will fight harder. Who knows? Maybe out of the very few things that Kriegsmen look forward to, maybe it's just a little bar of chocolate. That is like their me time. Is nomming on some chocolate. Do pickles with chocolate exist? I'm pretty sure they exist. I don't know why, but that sounds like familiar. Pickles and chocolate. I wouldn't eat pickles and chocolate together, but someone out there probably does. Someone out there likes their pickle and chocolate together. Not me. No, thank you. I like them by themselves. Actually, that reminds me. I think another one of the Krieg's favorite things to do is, other than like in being prayer, because you know they worship their emperor. Uh, they like to read, and they like to read like stories about the empire, but also they like to read their manual, like their military manual on like how to do things and how to worship like their god, the emperor. They like to read. I will admit, I'm not much of a reading person. I've lately been in the mood of pick up a book and read, but it's not like the number one thing I go to, if that makes sense. I'd rather do other things like painting than reading. They have a large library? They probably do, since I do know that they read. Look, he has a book. He likes to read. Big ol' stretch. Ooh. So good. Big stretch. Librarian? What? Nah, he did join the war. He has a rifle. Look at him. He has a rifle. Come on, camera, focus. Camera, let's go. There we go. All right. Hello, welcome back. Krieg. The Krieg. Good morning to you, Aweta. You have not slept. Mission accomplished, I guess. You're not tired at all? I would be dead. You're still fine? Gosh, you have some energy. Resting your legs, I'm not very tired. Okay. It's you, Joyce. You are so many energy there. Like, after this, you're gonna work, right? That's awesome. Yeah. After this, I'm going to work in approximately 15 minutes. And I agree. That is crazy. So much work. Constantly busy, constantly occupied. So much work. At least this kind of work I enjoy. This almost doesn't feel like work. The progress for the backpack is finished. There just needs to be the little buttons. Just work on the little buttons and the gold insignia, and that's it for most of the backpacks. Some of them have like an attached bayonet to it, so we gotta paint that as well. You lost your words. You're gonna say something. Pretty sure you're falling asleep, buddy. Brain no work. After this, just sleep, thank you. You mad lad. Maybe if they're all passed out on your table. You would pass out on the table if you were here. We're hearing storytelling about the Krieg. Yeah, lots of stories I could be telling. Unit types, their guns, their the way of building things, the way they respond. There's a lot that I could elaborate, but for the sake of time right now, since I have to be leaving again shortly, I don't think I'll dive into its story right now. Right now, it is just focus mode and painting. Yep, focus. Am I okay with you still there? Yeah, I mean, as long as you're okay, you're fine here. I know lots of people who stay up late all day. Some people can pull all-nighters. I'm not one of those. If you're just unable to sleep and you just want company, I'm cool with. I'm just sad because I'm gonna have to go right now, and I don't know what you're gonna do. Hopefully you do sleep a bit. It's good for you to sleep. All right, it's already 3 o'clock. Looks like this is where the road is going to have to end. I have to get ready to go to work. So, again, peace, everybody. Thank you for coming and watching. Again, for the support. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll get to work on this again tomorrow in the morning, which I very likely will. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.